teams met in round 3, and a fast Edinburgh start saw them get a bonus point win in the Scottish capital. It finished 22 points to 15. Edinburgh, well, they're in Wales for the second weekend on the bounce. A loss against the Lightning at Rd7 last weekend sees them 4th in the Celtic Challenge table. The weather? Well, it's cold and damp. Let's hope the rugby will warm us up a little bit. The surface, always carpet-like at the park. Will we see a first victory for the Brython Thunder in the Celtic Challenge campaign? Or will we see the women of Edinburgh Rugby do what the men couldn't do against the Scarlets in the URC and return with a W to the Scottish capital? Thunder against Edinburgh Rugby kicks off at 12:30. Yep, and good afternoon everybody. Welcome to Parc y Scarlets for this Celtic Challenge clash. It's the Thunder against Edinburgh. I've got former Wales captain Siwan Lillicrap alongside me. Looking forward to this one, Siwan?
I am looking forward to this encounter. You know, Brython Thunder had a tough time really this campaign with not getting any wins under their belt yet. But is today the day at home after a tough run-in, going out to Ireland for a couple of games out there. So I'm looking forward to this encounter.
Do you think they're targeting this game? You know, like you said, they're winless. They came close a couple of times. They perhaps should have beaten Gwalior Lightning here in round 2. Is this a game that Ashley Beck and his squad will be targeting?
I absolutely feel like this is a game Ashley Beck and his coaching staff and the players will be targeting. I'm sure they've spoken about it this week. But in the same breath, I think we've got a hurt Edinburgh side on our hands this afternoon after losing 2 weeks on the bounce to Gwalior Lightning, and probably expected more from that game last week here in Wales.
Yeah, they're coming down again. They fly back today as well. About this competition, if you're watching this at home maybe for the first time, teams from Ireland, Scotland, Wales, you look at results, you know, the Thunder have had a tough time, like you said, in Ireland. Why? What's the difference in the depths of squads?
I think probably all unions are using it a little bit differently, and now we're seeing the professionalisation of the game. All nations now have pro players, and the majority of pro players are playing in Ireland, and that's what their contract stipulates. So most players are playing out there, so it's almost like 2 Irish sides when you go out there and play, whereas Wales and Scotland maybe are a little bit different. Most of their players play in the PWR across the border in England, and we're seeing a lot of the pathway players play, so a younger age group probably in those nations.
Yeah, but the clash kicks off at Parc y Scarlets between the Thunder and Edinburgh at 12:30. But earlier, I caught up with the coaches. Ashley Beck, I bet you're happy to be back at home at Parc y Scarlets. 2 tough rounds in Ireland.
Yeah, they don't come much tougher really, going over there twice against 2 really competitive, good teams who obviously set a standard in this league at the moment. It's good to get back. It's good to be playing a team probably around us, and obviously they've had 2 difficult results lately, so hopefully it'll be a bit of a momentum shift for us. The girls are excited. We've had a really good week of training. We've tried to keep it a bit more fun as well, to keep them upbeat, and hopefully that produces on the field today.
Is this a game you are targeting as a victory? Because great, it's a new competition, girls are getting exposure, but winning is nice.
Yeah, no, of course. Like, going out today, in all fairness to the girls, we've had a couple of tough results. Obviously, we haven't won yet. They're still turning up. They're still wanting to get better. They're still asking questions. It's just getting that win, and I think it just changes the dynamic of everything. And yeah, today is about winning. And to be honest with you, the last 4 games, it's about winning. Let's challenge ourselves to go out there, produce a performance. We haven't been a million miles away. When we get it right, we look exciting. It's just when we get it wrong, we do get it wrong. And that's the bit we've tried to focus on.
You made a couple of changes. You tweaked the line-up for today's clash. Reasoning behind that?
So Meg Webb, she's recently gone into nursing, so it's been difficult to get her on the field. She's very much like the glue for us in the midfield. She's a good talker. She's experienced. She's had a lot of big games in the PWR, let alone Welsh games. So she's important for us. Ellie Troman's just having a bit more of a run. Different position, but we're trying to get these girls on the field to just put an exciting brand out, and then our bench to come on today is outstanding. We've got 2 internationals in the back line to come on, without some young exciting forwards who can really push for honours down the line.
What about the style of play? People might not have seen the Celtic Challenge before, not seen the Thunder play. What kind of style of play have you got?
We like to move the ball. It's about moving the point of contact, trying to find weak edges or weak seams between teams, and Edinburgh are very similar to us. So today I'm hoping for an exciting game with a lot of tries, and we're not talking about not scoring any points here again.
Ashley, go well. Thank you.
Thanks, mate. Cheers.
Well, Claire, welcome back to Wales. It's a second weekend on the bounce for you to be here. Not the result you wanted at Ystrad against the Lightning. Will it be different against the Thunder?
Look, we hope so. It's all about building, isn't it? I think everyone's going through phases of some good performances and some things that we can all work on. So yeah, look, we've worked really hard this week in training, and hopefully today we can turn that around and get a win out here down in Wales.
It's the first time I've commentated on Edinburgh Rugby. Tell us about your style of play in the Celtic Challenge.
Yeah, I think, look, we want to be physical. We have to be physical. If you're not physical, you're not going to get the ball in this competition. So we have to front up. We like to move the ball. We've got some real potent players in our back. So, we want to get the ball in their hands and see what they can do. But hopefully we'll entertain as well as, put in a performance.
And what about the Celtic Challenge? It's 3 nations coming together. There's quite a mixture of ability within squads, but within all the teams as well in the competition. Yeah,
look, every union's looking at it differently, aren't they? Ireland have got a lot of players they're contracted players that we'll see in the Women's Six Nations in a few weeks' time, whereas, from a Scottish perspective, most of the players are young, aspiring players. I think our average age is 20, which is really young. So it's about that development piece and getting these players ready, in the future to play international rugby or to go into under 20s or professional contracts in due course.
A couple of changes to your team from what we saw at Ystrad. Talk us through selection today.
Yeah, look, it's a competitive squad. So there's a couple of players who've deserved their opportunities, a couple of injuries and a couple of unavailabilities as well, forced their hand a little bit. But, that's why we train with a squad and these 35 players that we can have access to have been training really hard. So, they deserve their opportunities. Tally Tawaki coming back in at loose head prop. Lisa Brown, young centre. She's only 17, so, she gets her first start in the competition.
The journey back will be nicer with the W.
It would be, yes.
Go well today.
Thank you.
Yeah, good afternoon, everybody. That's the view of the coaches. Parker Scarlett's the venue with his round 7 clash. Brython Thunder versus Edinburgh Rugby. Kick-off in a matter of minutes. Dry at the moment, has been a little bit damp overnight in Wales, but the playing surface is excellent as always at Parker Scarlett's round 7. What does it look like in the Celtic Challenge? Well, today of course it's the Thunder against Edinburgh. Kicks off, like I said, in a matter of minutes. Then tomorrow, 2 clashes on the Emerald Isle. You've got the Wolfhounds and the Clovers welcoming Gwalia Lightning and Glasgow on this Guinness Six Nations weekend, of course. Quick look at the league table. There we have it. The Wolfhounds lost 1, no one unbeaten in the competition. Many a tussle to come as well over the coming rounds. Gwalia Lightning in 2nd, the Clovers in 3rd, Edinburgh in 4th, Glasgow 5th, and then Brython Thunder. You'll see not yet won a game, but as we've heard, things might change today. They're targeting this one, the Welsh. Brython Thunder against Edinburgh Rugby. Right, let's have a look at the teams today. Brython Thunder, Ashley Beck makes 7 changes to the team. Comprehensively beaten in round 6 by the Clovers, 2 positional. Only 1 change in the pack. Wales under-20s international Lucy Isaac returns to wear 7. Hannah Marshall gets the nod at 10, her 2nd start. Can she get a new look backline moving? Fionn Davis, Eleanor Hing both step up from the bench, and Welsh international, the glue Ashley Beck called her, Meg Webb, brings experience to midfield. Top try scorer and international Hannah Bluck is among some talent on the Thunder bench. Natalia John, a leader as a player and captain for the Thunder. Let's take a look at Edinburgh Rugby. They make 6 changes for this second Welsh clash of the month. A loss at the Lightning last weekend. Can the new faces make a difference against the Thunder? 3 changes in the pack, 3 behind the scrum. First start for Caris Craig in the Celtic Challenge this season. A few run-outs for Glasgow last year. Tally Tawaki, an ex-back rower, continues her transition in the front row. And Lauren Walter, an ex-Wasp, wears 6. Hannah Ramsey steers things at 10, her 5th start in 6, and a first start for centre Lisa Brown. International Lucia Scott is back, not at full back, but on the right wing. Alex Stewart, a Scottish international, captains from 7. Well, that's the teams discussed. Former Welsh captain Siwan Lilliclap alongside me. Siwan, Brython Thunder versus Edinburgh Rugby in store today in the Celtic Challenge. This should be a good game, should be an open game from what we've heard from both coaches.
I hope so, Rhys. I'm really looking forward.
So do I.
I hope so, yeah. I'm really looking forward to today's encounter. You know, I think Brython have had a hard season with no wins under their belt yet, but I know, as Ashley spoke about in his interview with you, that they're looking for a win today and in the up-and-coming games they've got. And then Claire Cruikshank's women have had a tough 2 weeks, really, against our other Welsh side here in Wales, and be looking to flip their momentum back to winning ways, because they've won 2 games previously before those 2 defeats on the bounce.
And Parker Scarlets is the venue for today's clash. But what has happened? Look at the past results here from the Celtic Challenge for Brython Thunder and Edinburgh Rugby. We spoke, Siwan, pre-match, looking at the big losses for the Thunder there, but what people have to realise, it's very different in Ireland. They look at this competition slightly differently to everybody else.
Absolutely, you know, the Irish internationals, they're centrally contracted players. The majority of them are playing in Wolfhounds and Clovers, which gives a wealth of experience. But also, when the game's professionalised, it's at a different level as well, isn't it? So they're tough opponents, really good physical opponents. You can see there the Brython results have been a tough battle in the new year, in January, for this young Welsh side. So I'm hoping this afternoon, and it's probably referring back to what Ashley said in his interview, winning and actually scoring points adds another dimension to kind of the mentality of the players. It's probably hard going so many losses and conceding so many points, so hopefully they get a bit of a confidence boost today.
Yeah, Edinburgh as well, on the back of 3 losses, tight, narrow defeat at home against Gwalia Lightning. Everybody dressed nice and warm today. It's a bit chilly in West Wales. Bit of a breeze as well. Not that much, but it's a cold breeze. Cold to the bone as we welcome teams onto the pitch. Edinburgh Rugby. The last games I did was in the URC. Edinburgh Rugby against the Scarlets here at Parker Scarlets. That went the home team's way. Will it be the same today? Edinburgh in the orange and white, as we wait for Brython Thunder, led by international experience, international Natalia John. She'll be leading them out onto the park today. They're in the tunnel, ready to rock and roll. They had their chances, certainly had their chances here against Gwalia Lightning. Got over the line about 4 times, held up in that round 2 clash. There is Natalia John. Some serious leadership qualities there in the second row. Meg Webb wearing 12. That's Amber Stamp Dunstan. Really upcoming referee in Welsh rugby, not just in women's rugby. A lot of schools and colleges, regional age grade. She's been in Super Rugby Cymru. Really well respected. But today she's in charge of this Celtic Challenge clash between the Brython Thunder and Edinburgh Rugby. That's clearance, that sits up. Edinburgh want to play Ramsey with a dummy. Eventually get it to the deck. Start of games always, and you're looking to impose yourself, Siwan, on the opposition. Usually be more physical in the opening 5 minutes.
100%. Get out there, off the kick-off, put your stamp on the game, your intent for the game. It's important, and it's often a scene setter for what we have ahead of us in that first 80 minutes.
Discipline key in rugby these days. We saw that in the under-20s clash out in Treviso last night. Wales almost gifted that one to Italy with ill discipline. And the first penalty of this afternoon's Celtic Challenge clash goes in favour of Edinburgh.
It has a huge impact on the game, doesn't it, Reece? And often,
Edge of the line for me.
I remember earlier in my playing days, coaches used to speak about having under 10 penalties, but that's kind of flipped now, the terminology around that. If you manage to concede less penalties than your opposition and your discipline's good, then that's seen as an advantage and you tend to go and win games. But if your discipline's high, levels are high and you're giving away a lot of penalties, not often you come away and win games these days.
Clean line out for Edinburgh and a solid drive as well. Caris Craig got her hands back on the ball, marching forward at Edinburgh Rugby. Not yet to stop. The arm is out. It's a penalty advantage now for Edinburgh. A free play. They can try something here.
Good work.
Side entry, the penalty. Round the corner, Hannah Walker, top try scorer in the competition with 8. There are numbers. That's the ball right out wide. Oh, super tackle on Scott. But it's still Edinburgh possession. Still they come forward.
Still playing advantage 9, okay?
Trying to get it through the hands. McMahon with the carry. Again, numbers out wide. Swift hands needed. Good hands there by Marlowe. The ball does get now to Walker. And that's a well worked score by Edinburgh. Just 2.5 minutes on the clock and they show their intent. Went through the phases, great continuity in their game. And Hannah Walker gets another. She's up to 9 tries in the competition.
Yeah, she's a threat on the edge for this Edinburgh side, isn't she? When she gets her hands on the ball, she seems to execute. Defenders just maybe bite in slightly. Fionn Davis, the young winger for Brython Thunder. And Walker showing her experience on the edge to finish. But it was good phases of play by Edinburgh Rugby. Gone edge to edge from the driving maul, gone to one side of the field and back the other, really testing this Thunder defence, stretching them. And they had numbers covering the full width of the field. It was a bit of an easy walk in for Walker in the end.
She scored 3 tries against Welsh opposition. 4 actually, and looking at my stats there. And that makes it 5 tries against the Lightning and the Thunder. Well, how about the conversion? Just falls short in front of the sticks from Lucy McRae. But a great start by the visitors, Edinburgh Rugby. Couldn't have gone much better for them.
Which side?
Good line-out drive. And a try in the corner for Hannah Walker. They lead 5 points to nothing after just about 4 minutes at Parc y Scarlets. No contest there. McRae with a kick through. Can they react? Tromans collects her own kick.
It's a good little dink by Tromans.
Pressure on Singleton. She had to go in to secure that one. There's Katie Carr. 8 on her back, but she's a prop forward by trade, Siobhan.
She is, and she's obviously impressed last week and kept her shirt in the back row for this Thunder side. She's a front row forward, prop forward by trade, but I think due to some injuries within the Thunder side has had to step up and do a job in the back row, and she's retained her shirt there this week.
That's usually the other way things go. Front rowers moving back is not thing you see in modern rugby. Back rowers moving forward you see a lot of.
Yeah, I'm not sure I've seen it before actually, Reece. Often coaches have conversations, can you move forward, but not often they happen in that fashion like you say.
First scrum of the contest. Still a vital aspect of rugby union. The set is quicker now. Everything's in line. Less time to set the scrum, less time to set a line out, less time to kick at goal. The main intention of all the law tweaks and changes is to speed the game up.
And I think it lends itself to more entertaining rugby for the viewer, doesn't it? Less downtime in play, almost puts pressure on. Set piece players have got to get there. We haven't got time to talk over this too much. We've got to be prepared.
Point.
I think it's a positive thing.
Arm in the air again.
One. Driving across.
Stella Orin penalised.
Good work, Kai.
Just driving across. That's a good nudge to touch as well. Oh, we've been here before. 6 minutes on the clock now. A penalty against the Thunder. Edinburgh go for the line out. No surprise if we see them drive this again, Siwan.
The first drive looked good, didn't they? They had the penalty advantage, I think. Set up well, composed. Gone to 5-man though. 5-player line out with the scrum half in, so maybe off the top this time.
A lot of movement. Thunder did contest that one. Midfield play. No surprise to see Hannah Walker with her hands on the ball again. But it's a penalty for the Thunder. Holding on in the contact.
Yep.
Was it Savannah Picton-Powell, I think, in there maybe?
It was one of the centres, wasn't it? It was either Meg Webb or Savannah Picton-Powell.
I understand that the
Good
ball's
position
gone,
over
but
the
on
ball.
spot. I agree with you. One driving
Difficult
across.
position here, middle of the field.
Yeah, this is one aspect of women's rugby. Kicking the ball, finding touch from this point on the field can be difficult. Is that why
Captain.
they've elected?
Captain.
Because you can, from a full
I wanna
penalty,
see the
elect
ball
for a
play
scrum.
again, okay?
Yeah, I think that's why, because it's it's a big kick to touch. How many yards would they actually gain from that? But based on the first scrum, penalty to Edinburgh, I'm not sure that's a decision I would have gone for on the bounce, especially Reece, because they're in their own half. You know, are they putting a little bit of pressure on this young front row here? But obviously, scrum dead centre of the middle park is a great attacking opportunity with options to the left and the right.
Set.
Edinburgh only got one player in the backfield.
That's a solid scrum. A change of direction. Tromans looking for some space outside. There's Webb again. Gets the ball to Ellen Hing. Gone forward. There'll be another scrum. Talking to the coaching group at Brython Thunder, they said they've had a good week coaching, going through things, good to be back at home, but it is difficult. And Ashley Beck said in his interview they've tried to keep things a little bit light and jolly, because when you do get beaten away from home, and comprehensively beaten, the mood can drop.
It's tough, isn't it? Sport is really difficult, and when you go on consecutive losses on the road, and not just narrow losses, pretty big defeats, psychologically your mental skills takes its toll. And yes, rugby is a physical sport, but also you need that brain to fire, you need that positivity, you need that confidence within your team and your individuals to be able to fire all cylinders. And I feel like they just need to get through some positive phases to get that back into their game.
Sticky in midfield for Edinburgh. Can the Thunder react to this one? Tromans. Back goes Hannah Walker.
She's not on the ball.
Edinburgh back in their own 22 under some pressure.
Not on advantage.
Webb comes through, but that's gone forward. Adele Ferry trying to play out of trouble here. Better angle for the kick.
Advantage over.
Solid enough clearance. Flag is in the air.
Touch ball.
It's a good kick.
The laws about
Orange,
where
take
you
the
have
line,
to
please.
start, and if you start on the field and off the field to keep the ball in play, they change so often.
Yes.
I'm not entirely sure what they are myself these days. You've got to
I know.
start off the field. You can keep it without crossing the plane and then land in field. Is that correct?
Oh, you're testing my knowledge now, Reece.
We'll go for that.
Yeah, I think that is correct, but it has changed so often that it's hard to know.
Straight enough, that throw. And it's a good platform for the Thunder to attack in midfield. Lovely offload by Katie Carr. But it's slowed down for Singleton. Marshall at 10. Webb hitting a hole. Singleton again trying to find a way through, tackled by Alex Stewart, the Edinburgh captain, and they've turned that over. Can they get it through the hands? Ferry electing to carry. Maybe that should have gone. Here's the captain, Stewart, Scottish international. Thunder try a counter-attack. Good chip on there by Tawake. In midfield, the pull back works really well. That's not gone forward. Hing did well to get in there, but that has gone forward now on the second intervention from the Thunder left wing. No advantage, back we will come. Edinburgh looking confident with ball in hand, are they, Siobhan?
They are looking confident. They're looking to get the ball to the edges, aren't they? They've looked to play out the back a little bit and really get to their danger players and really test this Thunder defence. Thunder just struggling to keep possession for long periods of time, 2-3 phases, and they seem to be giving ball back in the early stages of this game. I know we're only 12 minutes in, but that's when you really test defences, when you can go 3 phases plus, and that's when opportunities open up somewhere else on the field. So composure is key, and not trying to force it too early on in this game.
Edinburgh scrum midfield. Ball is one. Remember, the laws have changed now around what the 9 can do. That's a lot easier in the modern game for scrum halves. Good contest. Oh, penalised just a little bit late. Yeah, well, I think Ellie Tromans was potentially penalised for not rolling away quick enough, not the fact that Meg Webb got her hands on the ball.
Amber Stamp was clear with a signal there, wasn't she? 15, not rolling away. Good tackle by Trollers, but then she's got to roll straight away. Meg Webb's in a good position over the ball, gets the turnover, but because Ellie hasn't rolled away immediately, preventing the attacking arriving player for Edinburgh. But the penalty goes to Edinburgh.
Yeah, another line out. Good contest. They pinched this one, have the Thunder. Chloe Gant, one try in the competition. We'll have to get another. Taking her time to get up. She's got a bit of a dead leg there. That's the Thunder's chance to try and get the ball wide. That'll sit up, will it? No, it won't. Just in front of Eleanor Hing. And a great game in the Welsh Derby in round 2 did Eleanor Hing. Give her some space. Everything a little bit difficult at the moment for Brython Thunder, but now they're finding gaps. Katie Carr. No, it's not Katie Carr, it's Stella Orin. Options either side. Elect to go. Don't want to get isolated and have Edinburgh pinch this one. I think they have. Tawake over the ball. And they've stolen this one. Said it might be an open affair, and that's exactly what it is at the moment. Webb through the hands, still advantage. That's a good ball, finding Davis. Davis heading for the corner, backing herself. Good tackle. Is that ball still in? No, ball had come out of that ruck, so Edinburgh have legally pinched this one.
Better play by Thunder there. Getting the ball to an edge from the turnover. Fionn Davis, the young winger.
Edinburgh under pressure. Clark. Oh, I thought she was going to box kick that one, but she elects to set another phase, getting a better angle to clear for herself. She passes it back. Always a risk to do that. You immediately lose 10 yards. But Ramsey, I think, hoofs it into touch, but this is a genuine chance. It wasn't. It was Marlowe with the clearance, but this was great play.
Yeah, it's good ball by Savannah Pickton-Powell, isn't it? She draws that last defender, commits 2 defenders in there, Fionn Davis then gets 5 metres out, does well to stay in field. I think the ball was just out, so Edinburgh managed to get the turnover, but it's a good
15's down.
net gain for this Thunder side. They're 8 metres out, possession back in Thunders. Hands, an opportunity here.
Driving line out, Sean. You know you coach the Wales under 18s. What's their driving line out like?
I think the line out for Thunder hasn't functioned as well as they would have hoped this season. Reece, but you know, anything could happen. The pressure's on Edinburgh in this situation, isn't it? I think last week they only had 60% line-out success rate. It's been up and down throughout the tournament. You know, you want that line-out success to be up in the 90, around 90, but they'll be looking to capitalise on where they are, and you know, it's an opportunity to draw those Edinburgh defenders in. But they've got to get the first job right with this line-out. With this young Thunder squad.
Well, it's a brave throw to the back to captain Natalia John, and they get this one set. Chloe Gant has got the ball back, going forward, not at a rate of knots. Got to keep it ticking forward, still moving forward. That's gone down. Legally, no penalty advantage for the Thunder. Webb finds Lucy Isaac, the only change in the Thunder pack from the round 6 clash. Gant in the shadow of the Edinburgh sticks now, but a good counter by Edinburgh, and they've turned this one over.
8s do not block.
And again they want to carry. Back in the pocket for the clearance. Good pressure by Natalia John. And a second bite at the cherry. Marlowe does find the touchline. There'll be another chance for Brython Thunder. And again, something we spoke about with their coaches pre-match, taking their chances. Yes, they've had a couple of nils against them, but not for want of trying. They got over the line many times against Gwalia Lightning, couple held up as well against the Clovers. You've got to take your chances when they present themselves.
Absolutely, you know, entries into that red zone, into opposition 22. What you're looking at as a coach is how many times you convert that into points. I can't help but feel that last driving maul. I know it's going forward slow, but how did it come down? It's probably an opportunity that's gone missing there. They just need to remain patient. The pressure's on Edinburgh whilst in this zone.
Remember, no TMO in this competition. Just Sean Lillycrap calling it from comms. You're my TMO. There's Picton Powell again, midfield, good offload, and another one. Singleton gets there. She now needs some support on her shoulder. In the nick of time it arrives from Hannah Marshall. Can the Thunder turn this possession into points? Lots of pressure. Singleton, solid thump of a tackle on the far side. Composure needed. There's Robin Davis about a metre out. Singleton, round the corner comes the captain Natalia John, half a metre short of the Edinburgh try line. Upright in the carry, Picton Powell driven back.
It's a great collision. Good Edinburgh defence there.
It's Davis again. Quick ball, Singleton, has she spotted something? Does she get it down? Yes, she does. Siren Singleton, her first try of the competition. She's been a live wire for the Thunder, and she does get over, and we're all square at Parker Scarlets. 5 points apiece.
Much better by Thunder, wasn't it? Remaining patient in this red zone. Good carries. Keeping possession, not forcing it. It's a good finish by Singleton in the end. Got a lot of work to do. That extension, that reach, gets the ball over the line. You can see how much it meant to these Thunder girls. How many of them run in, arms in the air, celebrating. It's been a tough few weeks on the road, but managed to get on the scoreboard to go ahead now.
Yeah, conversion is successful as well from Hannah Marshall. And the Thunder lead at Parker Scarlett, 7 points to 5 against Edinburgh Rugby. They responded well, Siwan, haven't they? They were under the cosh for the first 5, 6, 7 minutes.
They were under the caution. It's all about playing in the right areas, isn't it? They managed to get down into the Edinburgh half, apply pressure that way, trying to play out from deep, sometimes in your half when things aren't going to plan, applies pressure in a different kind of way. So they managed to get into good aerial positions on the field and managed to convert to points.
Well, now you're going to take advantage of getting back into that. The restart. It's another set piece, really, in the modern game. You see so many teams fail to clear their lines after scoring. Ramsey opens it up. Oh, behind Marlowe. Seemed to have gone back, that one. Lucia Scott. Edinburgh now on the attack. That's Lisa Brown. Her first start. The second appearance in the Celtic Challenge, so that's gone forward. Little moments like that certainly help Brython Thunder's confidence.
Just the kick chase there. You know, there's a decent kick by Savannah Picton-Powell, grubber down the right-hand side here, but everyone's got to come up with, you know, when then Edinburgh are moving the back three are dangerous, when they're moving the ball in the backfield, they're getting it to an edge and then getting 20, 30 metres downfield. You know, a kick is only as good as its chase and how you stop the opposition then counter-attacking.
Point. Set.
Solid scrum for the Thunder. And they want to play. Can they get people in space out wide? Tromans elects to carry. Now, it might have been the right option there. Carr, good hands from the front rower, playing in the back row. It's the modern game again, the skill set, that's the offloading game, that's what you need, but that one has gone forward and it's Edinburgh ball. McRae getting it wide to Scott, elects to kick, the advantage is over. Troman's back there, doesn't collect it first time round. As she collects some Edinburgh tacklers off their feet a little bit.
Straight off their feet. Oh, that's harsh.
Well, they've turned it over. Maybe not affecting the clear out at all because there were no other Thunder players there. And it's Edinburgh now on the front foot. Some gaps out wide. If the ball gets there, will it get there? Oh, McMahon, Hannah McMahon. Under the sticks. The try is awarded. Took my time there, wasn't quite sure if the arm was in the air from Amber Stamp Dunstan. But Hannah McMahon coming round the corner and carrying exceptionally well. The Edinburgh response is immediate.
McMahon as well here. You see Edinburgh just beating the Thunder players back. McMahon gets outside, Stella or in there. And then Hannah Marshall is scrambling back, but there's only one player that's going to win that game, that collision.
Yeah, that's why I couldn't really award the try, because Amber Stamp Dunstan was immediately directly behind the post. I couldn't see her.
Yeah.
Conversion is good. And Edinburgh are back ahead. They lead 12 points to 7 against the Thunder at Parker Scarlets.
Edinburgh really utilising their edge, aren't they? They're getting good gain line on the edge. 20, 30 metres, making Thunder have to backtrack in defence.
Yeah, otherwise, I'll wait and see what happens with the jacket.
And then good speed of ball. Thunder aren't completely organised then.
Super restart. It's gone back. Cleaned up by Lisa Brown.
Better collision there.
Yeah, absolutely. Adele Ferry, a strong carrier, back in the pocket again, looking to kick. Hannah Ramsey sits up nicely for Hing. Just loves to play. Hing always likes to keep ball in hand, ball in two hands as well. Does well there. get up and go, release the ball twice, making extra metres, keeping Edinburgh on the back foot. Good line by Robin Davis. Webb looking for runners, finds Katie Carr. A little bit, maybe more tempo needed in the Thunder play. They get the ball wide again to Fionn Davis, not in any space. Edinburgh got to be careful not to be creeping offside. That tackle was high. Here's a chance. Lucy Isaac
She's not released the ball.
maybe had to release that one before going again, but the tackle was high.
Lucy Isaac's been good so far this game, isn't she, for Thunder? Missed out last week due to injury. But back in the start in 15 this week. She's been exceptional this season so far. Her stats through the roof, carries, contact areas, how many impacts she has in the game. She's not the biggest of player, but when she seems to get the ball, she gets over the gain line, which is really important.
It's all about power in modern rugby, not about your weight. How that translates to power. Job done in the line-out for Brython Thunder.
Line-out's functioning much better, Reese. I think that's 3 from 3, is it?
Oh, the offload from Gant to Singleton. You could see the gap on there, but Singleton, has she lost the ball? I think she has lost it in contact. No, tackle maybe was complete. Singleton's knees might have touched the deck and they take it quickly. Carr with a carry. Gant at the base. Now it's Caddy Loyce Davis with the carry. Ball is there. These are the chances that the Thunder have to take. Jones with a carry. Back to Carr. A metre or two short of the Edinburgh line. Caddy Loyce Davis. Singleton has to work a little bit harder to get that one. Webb, high into contact, driven back, but the ball is still there. Singleton fancies another try, but she's thwarted a metre out. Natalia John with a pick.
There's lots of space on the right hand side here.
Well, take your pick. There is a try awarded for Brython Thunder. Who gets up last? That's usually the answer.
Was it Lucy Isaacs?
Well, I don't know who's getting the pats on the back. You might be lucky enough to catch it on the replay. The Thunder won't mind who has scored because it's all square again. Well, we wanted tries and we've got 4 of them. Who picks and goes? Siobhan, you tell me.
I'm not sure. I can't quite see from this angle.
Is that Natalia John?
Is it Natalia John? Or is it...
Or is it Robin Davis? Yeah.
I think it's Robin Davis. One of the girls in the second row with brown hair.
the second row, yeah.
It was great work by the forwards, wasn't it? Here we go, we might see it from this angle. Yeah, it's Robin Davis. Good carry. You see the difference there with the height of the carry, how low Robin's going towards that white line for that try line. Makes a difference. We've seen a couple of players going maybe a bit high. You don't want to be held up these days. It's a great kick.
Well, we have a game on our hands. 4 tries in the opening half hour at Parc y Scarlets. Thunder lead 14 points to 12. Edinburgh on the attack again, taking the restart, coming around the corner. Talitawake. That's an ex-back rower playing loose head.
9.
Definitely
Yeah, okay,
what
now.
people do, not move the other way, as Katie Carr has done.
Outside.
Anna Marshall in the backfield, looking for the touchline. Oh, doesn't find it, but there is a knock on.
Knock on.
Momentum seems to have flipped a little bit, isn't it?
Well, it's flipped a few times in
Yeah.
this clash, hasn't it? You think, oh, this could be a tough afternoon the way the game started, but back came the Thunder, back came Edinburgh. Real ding-dong, ping-pong game.
Yeah, a bit of a kick battle out there.
Anna Ramsey, she just trying to keep that alive and then got her foot trapped a little bit.
Yeah, she kind of stopped, didn't she? And then, like you say, got her foot stuck and Only had one hand out, knocked on, but it's a good net gain. It's a good gain for Thunder. They're back down in Edinburgh's half. They seem to be playing with more confidence. The way the forwards are carrying, getting over the gain line, going through phases a little bit more. Composure is everything.
Solid scrum. Carr feeds Singleton. Bit of a high ball to Marshall. Get it to Picton Powell. Strong with the carry. Just that one little second too long. That's a lovely ball on the outside to Davis. Davis. Has she kicked that one or let? Oh, she just lost the ball in contact there. Good tackle by Marlowe.
Advantage.
Is that advantage over? Advantage is deemed over. Hannah Marshall looks up. Who's she got on the outside? That's not a bad kick.
Great
Cross
option.
field. Picton Powell. Well, this is an important tackle because Scott is quick. She's in space on the far touchline. Little bit isolated on her own, but she beats the defender and finishes it herself. Super finish. Lucia Scott, usually a fullback, goes over for her second try of this Celtic challenge. You can see why she's a Scottish international. Took her time there, realised she was a little bit isolated, but then beat the last defender. Super try, the 5th of this clash.
Yeah, Scott does exceptionally well there, didn't she? She almost had no right to score this try, and I hear we call it's a good option. It is a good option with the players that are out there. There's an ample of space on the left, but probably not a winger chasing that from Thunder's perspective. It was Savannah Picton Powell, the centre that was on the edge. Scott covers it well, and then look at her, just treads water, slows down the pace to pick it back up and catches Hing off guard.
Yeah, good use of the fend as well. That left hand came into play. Lucy McRae attempting the conversion.
It's you score, I score. Yeah, Reece, we're going to have this all afternoon.
Long may it continue into the afternoon. It is a Guinness Six Nations weekend, and we'd like to see some tries in Rome as well. With my Welsh hat on, the majority of them for Wales.
I would like to see that as well, Reece. Exciting weekend of rugby, no matter what.
Absolutely. Another good restart. That's a tester. Craig takes that one. Has that gone forward? Yes, it has. And it's Thunderball. Oh, we spoke about momentum swings. It's every other restart, really. Good feed from Webb to Isaac. Strong over the ball, Edinburgh. Ooh, lucky not to get a penalty there. Singleton straight through the middle. Sniping run from the scrum half. Natalia John making meters. Got to be careful with a clear out. Not taking people beyond the ball. Ball back inside from Marshall to Isaac. Gant there again. There's Carr, Katie Carr. Defensively, Edinburgh keeping their shape well here, on their feet in the defensive line. Isaac, she elects to carry through one tackle, eventually brought down by Hannah Walker. Lovely tip on from Davis to John. No, that's gone forward. These are the chances you have to take in modern rugby.
It's a great tip by Robin Davis. Draws Walter, gives the tip. Fortunately, John just can't keep hold of that ball. Pressure's on Edinburgh here.
Pardon?
Deep into their half,
Just step
deep
forward.
into their 22.
Yeah. That's like me. Like what we spoke about in the changing rooms.
I think we've got
Let's go, Han. Come on.
Ramsey set up behind the scrum there.
Come on, Han.
Is she going to look to clear the lines?
Come on, Han. Yeah, shoulder right out then, please, one. Yeah, great. Thank you. They got it. Coach. Let's go. Bang, bang, bang. Let's go. Point.
35 minutes on the game clock at Parc y Scarlets. Into the last 5 minutes, and pressure comes on the Edinburgh scrum.
The ball's out.
Oh, they've done well to maintain possession there. Pressure is still on Great option to cut back infield from Ramsey. Good clearance as well. But here comes Thunder through Marshall again. What has she spotted? Finding some green space, and she's after her own kick. Ball sits up the tackle high there. It will be a penalty. Tackle just slid up on Hannah Walker from Hannah Marshall. Lots of Hannahs in these teams. I think I make it 6 in total.
There's a lot of Hannahs.
It's a popular name playing rugby today.
It's a good option by Marshall, but she just slips up, doesn't she, around shoulder, neck area.
Another good clearance by another Hannah. Hannah Ramsey, the Edinburgh 10. Spoke about how difficult sometimes it is to get distance in the women's game on your kicks, but she can kicks end over end off the point of the ball, and she's done it exceptionally well. Good contest. No knock-ons.
Yeah, great line-out D there by Thunder. The line-out's been exceptional this afternoon so far. Put them in good positions. But you see the mirror defence, the pivot in the middle. I think it was Talia John pivoting. Got Finley Jones up just in front of the Edinburgh pod. She applied the pressure.
Guys, in line with the AR,
and
please.
a good flood through the line-out to regain possession now.
They've been brave with throws. No contest. Remember, the law has changed a little bit. If there is no contest and the ball isn't straight down the middle, it is play on. It's Brython Thunder possession once again. Chloe Gant trying to get into the 22. She's got to get her knees on the deck there. It's better to hit the deck. And she does that, but she's lost the ball. And she's taken a bang for it as well.
Always under pressure. Knock on first. Next one.
Plenty of positives for Ashley Beck and his coaching team to take from this first half, but again you see a little bit of that when they are in that red zone, as you call it, Siwan. They sometimes, what are they today? I don't know, they must probably 40% of the chances they've taken, which is a pretty good average, but you've got to take points, haven't you?
100%. You know, when you get into that zone, you want to look at how many points you managing to convert, and I probably think you're pretty accurate there, Reece. About 40% of the chances have been taken. That means that some of the chances they've had this afternoon haven't quite been capitalised on, and they just need to keep possession and keep the pressure on Edinburgh when they're in the right zones on this field.
It's a clearance that Hing is going to take. Loses the footing on the first chance. But again, cuts back in. Singleton. Finley Jones with the carry. Singleton there again. Robin Davis. Very evident at first receiver. Very well tipped passes on. Marshall. Oh, great break. Straight through the middle. Picton Powell. Back yourself. Ball inside to Singleton. Oh, this would be a cracker for the Brython Thunder. Third try for the home team, and that was the pick of the bunch. Great break in midfield, and all good scrum halves back up on the inside. Singleton scores, and that was created by Picton Powell.
It was lovely play, wasn't it? Great change of pace by Picton Powell. Accelerated through the gap. You just missed it, but catches the ball, the power, the accelerations, but also her rugby awareness there to pick out Singleton. Edinburgh defenders were flying back as well. To pick out that pass and pick out Singleton is exceptional. That was a great try. Really, really good try by this Thunder side. We have a game on our hands this afternoon.
6 tries in this first half. I think the clock is just about to turn red. And it's 21 points to 19, the Thunder lead. 3 tries apiece. Conversion was good by Hannah Marshall to put Brython Thunder ahead.
As you say, restarts are so important. It'll be interesting to see what Thunder do for this now. They're ahead just before the half-time. How are they going to play this out?
Got to listen to the referee now, haven't you? Real communication needed. How long left? Is it last play? You don't want to force things. because we know how dangerous Edinburgh are. Given a chance from anywhere, really, they can take it. Dink over the top. Fortune favours the brave. Well, brave was Marlowe, I think, coming forward there.
No, don't play
Still
the
Edinburgh ball. Remember, you can't play the 9 now if you're involved in a ruck or maul. Lisa Brown with a tackle, with a carry, sorry. Picton Powell with a tackle.
Yeah, I thought Edinburgh had numbers here. But Picton Powell, Fionn Davies do well to communicate there.
Well, I've just heard that is time. So,
time.
barring a penalty. Well, Edinburgh don't want to play anymore. They listen to the referee and they call it quits for the first half. They don't want any more rugby. They played a lot of it. And so have Brython Thunder. 6-try game. It's not all square thanks to one more conversion by Brython Thunder. But at half-time at Parc y Scarlets, it's Brython Thunder 21, Edinburgh Rugby 19.
It's been a great first half. You score, I score. Both teams taking opportunities really well. Set pieces functioned well. And we see the first try of the day here. Fionn Davies just get caught. Jumping out of the line. Marlowe doing really well, though, to use her feet to avoid that. And the try scorer, top of the chart. Walker gets over in the corner. There you see Marlowe just does really well with her feet. And then they're able to capitalise on the edge with the overlap, with Walker going in on the corner.
It was a really good start, wasn't it, for Edinburgh? And I thought it's going to be a tough afternoon for the Thunder. But all credit to them. Back they came.
Yeah, back they came. Big hard carries. Some high carries at this point, but they remained patient. They kept ball. And you see Savannah Picton Powell, a few metres short there. Ball to Robin Davies. Nice low carry. Speed of ball is good. And the scrum half, Singleton, spots a half little gap and does exceptionally well to finish this. Has to stretch. But here you see the little snipe, the stretch, and she knows exactly where the try line is.
And, you know, that meant a lot, didn't it? You said about the players coming forward, that first score, because they've been scoreless in a few games, it was crucial.
It was crucial, you know, and I think if Edinburgh score again, then that's a confidence hitter, but, you know, they managed to come back. You score, they scored, and we've seen, I think, since our last Thunder try, they've been playing with a lot more confidence, but then a bit of a coach killer really off the kick-off, like we just seen Edinburgh come back and they scored the third try of the game. And then we've seen the forwards from Thunder getting back involved. And it was Robin Davies that went over.
Yeah, we disputed who scored this one. We couldn't quite see from the first couple of angles, but it was cleared up that it was second row Robin Davies. That put, with a conversion from Hannah Marshall, that put the Thunder back ahead.
Yeah, and then we were calling him, oh, good option because there's space out wide, maybe a little bit deep, but Scott does exceptionally well here for Edinburgh. And it was Savannah Picton Powell that was chasing that, but then look at Scott. Just as a game management, understanding, Webb's coming across, Hings coming across, just tread some water, and then that acceleration just catches the defender off guard and finishes exceptionally well.
Well, this is the 5th try of the game, and you can see from this angle exactly what Shuan's talking about. Just treads water, boop, boop, little jink there, and a great fend as well, Shuan.
Yeah, good fend, and then has a bit of a stroll in really, and manages to get close to the sticks, but you know that is an exceptional finish and a solo try really by the Edinburgh winger.
But it wasn't the last try of the half, was it? And Thunder needed to respond, and respond they did.
They did respond, and Savannah Picton Powell does exceptionally well, doesn't she, to finish that try from the offset really. You see her break here, little out the back from Caddy Loyce. And then that acceleration through the gap, catching the Edinburgh defenders off guard. But this pass to find Singleton amongst that hungry Edinburgh defence. You've seen Walters there from Edinburgh tracking back, but she picks out her teammate exceptionally well. And Singleton, of course, the workhorse of the team, being on the support on the insides and finishes the opportunity.
Yeah, that's her second try of this clash. half-time score. It's been a cracking 40 minutes. Half-time here, it's Brython Thunder 21, Edinburgh Rugby 19. If you're enjoying this Celtic Challenge clash, we can have a look at another clash that happened last week between Edinburgh and Gwalia.
It's Gwalia Lightning against Edinburgh from Ystradmynach. Kick-off at 2 o'clock. Last time out, Ronald finds the jumper, trucked up, well organised, plenty of shirts around the ball. They break away down the left-hand side, 5 metres short, Ronald. Gwalia fighting, trying to disrupt the ruck. Orange shirts there, plenty. Rhea Clark fires out towards the second row. Ferry again, a willing runner. Just a metre short. Ronald, now there's space, now they go wide. Now they need to have those good hands on her own. Hannah Walker over for the score. The opening try of the game. Walker crossed for a brace last week and is over once again.
There's a great finish, wasn't it, in the end by Walker. Full team try that. The forwards going through the phases, getting over the gain line, putting pressure on that Gwalia side. See most of the forwards get the ball in their hand, but then a slick pass out the back by McRae to Walker. And there was 2 players outside, but there was a gap there for her to finish well, but puts them 5 metres out. Now the forwards can go to work.
The drive is on. Not got much of a momentum yet. Creaks one way, comebacks the other. Release the backs. The centre trying to punch a hole. Edinburgh staying strong. The forwards gain a march. Over the line, on the line. Maisie Davis. Play go on. The dart, it's in. Sian Jones. You could say started the move.
Yeah.
And the scrum half is there to finish it.
Yeah, good vision. 100%. But a lot of possession, a lot of territory.
Clearly taken in the middle of the line out. The forwards try to get a shove on. Starts moving slowly. The backside released, Owen. Attacking midfield. Around the corner again. Same, Maisie Davis. Short, held up. Can it be recycled? No, says the referee. Similar setup to the try. But this time gone quickly. Not for the first time, Edinburgh. To the line, over the line, held up. Great defence. Hannah McMahon. If she'd have gone lower, maybe could have squeezed the ball to the floor, just the body angle wasn't right.
100%.
Easy 3 points available. Sian Jones says no, we want the 5, we want a second try. Pearce short. Back to Hopkins, the number 8. Around the corner, here comes the captain, Bryony King. And she's over, it's a score. An early score in the second half for the home team, Gwalia Lightning. A second try and a perfect opening couple of minutes for the hosts.
The exact start I'm sure Kat would have spoken about in the change rooms what this side would want. The forwards getting through the work. Big carries from the forwards, and then the skipper, Bryony King, getting over. Space out there.
Gwalia go through their pre-prepared move. They get it to the width. Well played, well worked. It's Caitlin Lewis. Lewis, can she go all the way? 10, 5 metres, she's over. Wonderful try for Gwalia. First phase play. Great handling, creating the space, and Caitlin Lewis showing her international pace.
Outstanding finish by Caitlin Lewis. As I was speaking about space, there was amples full of space for the Gwalia side. Great accuracy of pass, great hands, by the back line. I think it was Hesketh that gave that ball to Lewis into space. Here we see that little ball inside from Owen to Jones. Hughes to Hesketh, and then Hesketh, that timing of holding her feet, that ball to Lewis was exceptional. Had the gas to beat. Driving ball defence has been good by both sides this afternoon.
We're into the final quarter. Edinburgh need to score next, you feel, if they're going to threaten Gwalia at all. They're over the line. Can they get it to ground? It's held up for the second time in this contest. Great job. Edinburgh have failed to get to the ball onto the turf. Handling, slick, King, Brython King fakes, goes, one more pass, Gwalia and Greenway. It's going to go all the way. And that's a 4-try, that's the bonus point. And that's the game set and match.
From start to finish, that was exceptional. From this edge, the left wing, Caitlin Lewis with the half break, the offload back inside. Down this touchline, to the faces in between, to Brython King's change of pace. Good ball there, good tip, they did Napoli. King with the fend, and look at that change of pace, little show and go, change of pace through the gap. And then Greenway with a good finish and gets close to the sticks for the conversion for Jones. Here's Ramsey.
Ramsey again. She's got a decent boot, hasn't she? He fails to find touch, and that's going to be the end of it. After a tight opening 40 minutes, a try apiece where Gwalia went into the sheds with a slender lead. A 2-point lead, 7 points to 5. He came out in the second half, added 3 further scores to get a bonus point win against Edinburgh and to complete the double against the Scottish side. 5 points to the Welsh team as they complete the win. Gwalia Lightning 26, Edinburgh Rugby 5.
I was playing football at school because I came from Amsterdam and rugby is not really big in that country. So I was playing football at school and then I looked across the field and I was like, that looks way more fun. And they were playing rugby there and I was like, I'm going to get into that instead of football because I was awful at football anyway. I just like had to chase around the best player and mark them. So, and then I found out my dad loves rugby and I was like, great, I'll do this for a while. It's really special to like be a part of something bigger than like just something a part of Celtic. Like it's a brand and it's a club that's already been formed for a while now. So it is really important to like have a brand name under like a women's team, especially like there isn't many women's teams in Scotland. So it is really important that we have like a bigger like brand over us, and it's really special that Glasgow have like taken that on. And when I first found out, I was buzzing. I was like, I'm from Glasgow initially, so I was like, great, thank God I'm here. It's really great. I feel like we're all like kind of the same vibe, kind of same wavelength. Like we're all like, we get excited and we're all like up for a bit of laugh, but we know when to get serious. We are a new team and a lot of us haven't played together, but like we are still like, there's always good vibes and there's always a laugh happening and stuff like that. So I've been a part of the like national team stuff. I was lucky enough to be in there a few times, so kind of like working towards that. Maybe a cap would be nice. So working towards that, we're definitely working towards the first win in the Glasgow shirt would be really, really special because it has been a long time coming. Together, let's build a lasting legacy.
I started rugby in Nina Ormond RFC. I started when I was about 5 or 6 years old. I was originally on the way to go to athletics training, but I got turned away just saying that I was a bit too young, so I joined my brothers. They were getting dropped off to training, so I hopped out with them and never looked back. After playing underage with the boys, I had to move to a girls' team, so I moved to UL Bows. I've been with them since I was about 11 or 12. I came into the Irish pathway, I think my first camp was when I was 15. I was involved in the Six Nations camp. They were getting ready to go to Scotland, so they let me join in and train with them. And unfortunately I was too young to actually travel over, but luckily enough I was then old enough to be involved in the under-18 sevens tournament, the European Championship in Prague that year, which was a great experience. I had a lot of fun, and we actually came third, so that was pretty cool, getting the sevens cap and also a bronze medal. So I've been involved in the women's national talent squad for a couple of years now, and it's been huge for my development, whether it's training in the gym, doing skills on pitch or conditioning.
Welcome back to Parc y Scarlets for the second half of this Celtic Challenge clash. Cracking first half, Brython Thunder 21, Edinburgh Rugby 19, 3 tries apiece. More of the same in this second half. We're all set for another exciting 40 minutes of rugby. Will we see Brython Thunder get their first victory of the season, or will we see Edinburgh make the long journey home a little bit happier with 4 or potentially 5 points? We'll have to wait and see. But I will ask Sean Lillycrap alongside me, which way is it going to go, Sean? 40 minutes left, so I didn't ask you with a full 80 to go, so which way is it going to go?
It's well, it's been end-to-end stuff. You score, I score. First half. It depends on how both teams play the second half. I feel like Edinburgh have got maybe more change from getting the ball to the edge with their danger women on the edge. With Scott, we've seen what she can do, and they seem to have capitalised on that. But up front, they feel like set piece has gone well for Thunder today, and they've capitalised on their opportunities. So I think if Thunder keep possession for long enough, they'll come out on top this afternoon.
And they've lost possession early. Edinburgh cleaning that mess up a little bit. Natasha Logan. And they elect to clear. Marshall underneath it. Ellie Tromans. Keeping it alive. That's what I love about women's rugby. They love to keep the ball alive. Ball in play, huge. Offloading game is massive. Oh, that's a risky ball. Oh, did that touch last? Just off Eleanor Hing, potentially.
It's composure and patience, isn't it? Wasn't much on then. There's a nice tip to Finley Jones here. Singleton gets the ball away. But Isaac's just caught really in no man's land there, and then Marshall just looking for that pass over the top. Was it really on? Maybe it's just, she needs to just carry that. I know you don't want your halfbacks carrying, but that's to carry in that situation rather than giving possession back to Edinburgh.
Good contest. My Thunder, scrappy for Edinburgh, cleared up by Rhea Clark. Alex Stewart wearing 7, the Edinburgh captain. 8 caps for Scotland for Stewart. First of those came against the Welsh win. Wales. I'll try that again. A Scottish win against Wales at the Arms Park. It's a penalty advantage. Good counter, but back we will come. This is what we saw at the start of the game. Ill discipline from Thunder, giving Edinburgh field position, because Hannah Ramsey has got a boot on her.
She has got a great boot on her.
I'll speak to it now.
That's a great kick, outstanding kick. For them, 7-8 metres out. Pinpoint perfect. Like you spoke about, similar start, Reese, to the first half. Thunder just giving away easy penalties, allowing Edinburgh to get into good positions in the field. Looking at the driving maul here, we can see Stewart as their +1 in their line-out here.
Defence. Take a step the other mark, sorry. Oh, sorry. That's fine. Too many line-outs, I think. Hang on. Edinburgh step across them.
Big
Edinburgh
moment
step
in this
across.
clash.
No, the hooker.
Edinburgh
Yeah.
on the hunt for a bonus point try.
Time will go back on.
Try that would put them back ahead. Caris Craig to the front. To Ferry. And they look to set the drive, and the drive is getting and gathering some momentum. Craig still in possession of the ball. The next Glasgow hooker made the transition across to Edinburgh. Now they want to play it. Clark has to work to get this ball. No one on the blind side. They have to come open. Brown in midfield. Thunder holding firm at the moment. Round the corner comes Gunderson.
Great tackle.
Super defence. 2-on-1 in the tackle, and all of a sudden Edinburgh are driven right back outside the Thunder 22. Ferry again. Does love a carry. That's going to be slow coming back. Thunder want a penalty, but it will be Edinburgh ball. Craig. Got to be so careful now. You can't barely touch a 9. Coming straight through the middle was Orin.
Great read, Savannah Picton-Powell.
In the 9.
Spot on, Reece. You've got to be so careful now. You can't barely touch a 9. I think we've seen Caddy Loyce-Davis come through that breakdown.
I'd love to have played in this era.
Yeah, you would have had a field day, Reece.
Even me.
Touch. Okay, the
She
mark's
just
here.
interferes with
Because
Clark.
the mark's about 5 metres in front of me.
Amber Stamp. Give advantage straight away then.
I thought you were
Well,
giving
this
me
is an easy 3-pointer.
Yeah.
Not the easiest kick to the corner, and they're electing to go to the corner.
the tees on the
Pressure
field.
on Ramsey here. Oh, hang on.
Get that tee on the field.
I think the Edinburgh coaching staff might have heard me, because you want to win games, you know, and this 3-pointer will put you back ahead.
100%. And you know,
Really good
this
awareness,
league is
boys.
also about teaching players game management. How do you win games? It's not always going to be from scoring tries. It's game management, taking points when they're available, keep the pressure on, scoreboards ticking. You know, that we spoke, both these sides really are young players. There's lots of players in that Thunder side. There were under 18s last year nationally. And similarly then, there's lots of under 20s players in that Edinburgh side. So, you know, learning to manage the game, take points when they're available and capitalise on opportunities, it's part of the learning process.
Absolutely. Lucy McRae nudging Edinburgh ahead by a point. 21-22. Changes happening as well
3 and 6.
for Edinburgh.
Edinburgh. That was good work to get back on side there.
3 and 6 are leaving. Anna McMahon, Lauren Walter, Chloe Brown,
Let her settle and then
and number 19, Samantha
time back on.
Tegane-Kurokuru is on for Edinburgh. Early changes in this second half. Momentum shifts were frequent. In the first half. Contest for the ball.
Advantage.
Arm is out again. Discipline a problem for Brython Thunder.
8 must roll first.
Easy exits for Edinburgh Rugby.
Mark's back on.
Thing not rolling away again, tackler not rolling away. You know, you've got to, as soon as that tackle's made, you've got to make a conscious effort to
You're fine there.
get out to that contact area, or your player cannot jackal or compete in that
She
area.
can't just lie there. She's got to make
Thunder
it.
been punished a few times
And
there.
then the jackal can't be on the ball, okay?
So, you hear Amber Stamp clearly explaining there. There's got to be an effort by the tackler to get out of there, or jackler can't be on the ball.
Advantage.
It's a knock-on advantage this time for Edinburgh, not a penalty. Caris Craig with a carry. Quick to the base is Clark. Here come the carriers round the corner. You've seen one Edinburgh try. Big ball carriers coming round the corner of the ruck. This time, Ramsey elects to carry. Knock-on advantage, or is it deliberate knock-on? Just a knock-on advantage it'll be. An Edinburgh scrum. We had one of these in the first half, but it was for Brython Thunder. It's a great attacking opportunity.
Yeah, scrum, almost in the middle of the field. I think backs coaches get super excited with this, with the opportunity of space. That's both sides of the scrum, splitting defences. It's a good area to strike from.
Change in the front row. Meg Lewis is on. Can play both sides of the scrum. Candy Loyce Davis leaving, wearing 3.
Like you said, Rhys, we've seen lots of changes early into the second half, but I think as well, you know, this league is about giving players opportunities too. We spoke about how young the sides are, but also what's coming around the corner obviously is international selections as well, ahead of Women's Six Nations in the coming weeks. So probably people want to see these players, coaches want to see these players play as well. So as much as we all love winning as well, it's about giving opportunities to the future talents of our countries to play and have that exposure.
Advantage.
Edinburgh ball again. The arm is out. Discipline now is a problem in this second half for Brython Thunder. Offside in midfield. And Edinburgh elect to take this one quickly. Clark finds Ramsey. We spoke at half-time as that one goes forward that Thunder really, after that kind of opening first 10 minutes at controlled possession, was a completely different story in the second half, Sean.
It has been a different story. It's been all Edinburgh really since the second half kicked off the last 11 minutes. They've been deep, or at least in Thunder's half of Parker Scarlet, putting pressure on.
Yeah, time's off.
But defence, to be fair to Thunder, seemed pretty solid.
Good work, Kai.
Seems to be a red wall out there. Collisions have been pretty good.
Okay.
Thunder have not really allowed Edinburgh to break into the 22.
Just an injury stoppage at the moment.
It's interesting, isn't it? Ashley Beck spoke about his danger, experienced Niamh Terry and Hannah Bluck, who's on the bench for him. When will he be looking to bring them on to maybe have an impact and an injection into that Thunder side this second half? But you've got to credit Marshall, Webb and Picton Powell. They've gone well so far this afternoon.
You know, it's a clear cut pen. Yeah, Mark's here.
What have we got on the clock? You said 11 minutes, yeah? Just after 11 minutes of the second half played. Just 3 points. 3 tries apiece in the first half. Thunder need to tidy discipline up in their second half. They really had no possession at all. And they have a scrum deep in their own half.
Yeah, no possession and no real territory either in this opening quarter of the second half.
For a second I thought they were going to keep that in. But Katie Carr picks and goes, offloads to Singleton. Oh, overran that one. Just a miscommunication there. And again, we have a scrum, but this time it's an Edinburgh scrum. Right in front of the Thunder sticks, just outside the 22. Game lost its shape a little bit.
It has. And you see here, just overrun by Picton Power. Wasn't expecting the ball, and I was actually thinking, is it on out the back to Marshall? There seemed to be space, but also in my head I'm thinking, you've been in your 22 now for about 11 minutes, or in your half. From that scrum, not a bad position to kick off. Play the territory game, get deep down into Edinburgh's 22. But instead, Thunder have handed the ball back and given Edinburgh another good attacking opportunity here.
Thunder on the better of the scrum in the first half after an early first penalty, but here come Edinburgh and Lisa Brown. Nice to celebrate her first start with a first try of the competition. There's one try scorer, Scott, wearing 14.
Take a step. Good one.
Edinburgh look far more composed, but they looked like this in the first half as well. And Thunder eventually found their way back into the game. Just 3 points to show for it as Adele Ferry carries again. Is that a maul?
Tackle now.
Tackle now. Strong carry. Ntigane Kuru. Scott to Marlowe. Has that gone forward? Is a call there? No. Pulled back by Brython Thunder potentially there. Not gone forward off an Edinburgh hand. Another good line, another tip pass on from Caris Craig. Ramsey. Lisa Brown on the back foot, driven back in the tackle. Someone needs to get onto that ball. Super defensive set, ball shoots out. Lucy Isaac, quick onto that one. Got to be careful, you can't really do that within a metre of a ruck these days. That's a good little nudge from Meg Webb. Exactly what Shuan Lillycrap alongside me said. Just, take the pressure off a little bit, put boot to ball, and that's a good clearance.
Yeah,
it was a good option by Webb, wasn't it? Like the ball had slowed down a little bit, but it's great defence, wasn't it, by the Thunder side. I think we've got Webb and Isaacs within that collision. They've got Brown off the floor there. They was probably thinking, how do I put them down safely here? But then look at who's back on their feet here. Isaacs back on their feet, then disrupting the next play. And then who was involved in the next bit of action was Webb with the kick. It's put pressure now on Edinburgh, and probably the first time for this Thunder side to be in Edinburgh's, deep in Edinburgh's half, the second half of the game.
Couple of changes, I'll run through those later on. And I think that Katie Carr and then Stella Oren have left, and Laurie Williams and Danny Mugabe on for Brython Thunder. Edinburgh fancy a run from their own 22. Good defence by Fionn Davis. That touchline, of course, is an extra defender.
Be careful in the air.
It is. The winger does well, young winger Fionn Davis. To usher her out to the touchline. Regain possession now for Thunder.
Thank you.
More changes. On comes Hannah Bluck, 13 cap international. Savannah Picton Powell coming off. Good, 55 minutes from her. Created a cracker of a score for Singleton. But what a replacement in Hannah Bluck.
Exciting, isn't it? Impact players coming off the bench to have a positive impact the second half.
Well, the line-out was one, but Isaac chose the pass, and just in front of her had gone Meg Webb, I think. The cohesion has gone a little bit.
Yeah, timing is off, that's what I was going to say, Reece. And that's the same link to cohesion, The dummy maul with the pull-out. Was it the timing of that pull-out, engaging defenders, and then that line-out of Meg Webb? And if it is overrun or the timing's off, just don't give that ball. Just giving possession back to Edinburgh. And they've had most of the possession and territory the second half, but haven't really been able to capitalise on it. Only managed to get the 3 points.
It's a cagey arm wrestle now. All the rugby played in the first half 6 tries. Just a 1 penalty in this second half in this Celtic Challenge clash. Who's going to take the brakes off first? Cutting back inside, Ramsey knew that wasn't on. Waiting for runners to come round the corner, and round they come. Logan with a carry. Second row for Edinburgh. Started all the games together in the Celtic Challenge. Continuity in selection is what you want. Marshall. Ball in 2 hands. Feeds Hing. And she's been stripped there by Hannah Walker. An easy pinch there. And is there a gap? Oh no, down this side, no. And it's an advantage here for Brython Thunder. Keeping hold of the ball, and a good offload there. Tromans to Isaac. A lot of bodies on the floor. What's the decision? Knock on. It'll be an Edinburgh put into the scrum.
Good play by Tromans down the edge of the dummy kick, finding Isaacs on the inside. Oh. Tackler release there? I'm not sure.
Yeah, that was the tough one. 2 changes for Edinburgh. On come number 22, Sarah Denholm, and number 23, Amy Conchi.
Isaacs has been everywhere this afternoon, hasn't she? She's been amongst everything. Breakdowns, carrying, support play. Packing down at 8 now, she is. Probably an unusual position for her. It's normally an out-and-out 7.
Edinburgh, those 2 replacements have replaced Marlowe, the full-back, and Hannah Ramsey at 10. So they've lost the big right boot of their outside half.
Coach!
Can they get a nudge on the Thunder here on the Edinburgh scrum? Worth trying. Not much of a break foot from either team there.
Nope.
Edinburgh looking to play their way out of the 22. Always a risk, of course. Natalia John, big contact.
Especially trying to play out, I was going to say, from the middle of the park as well, in your 22. You almost want to get to an edge.
But discipline, a problem resurfacing for Brython Thunder. They've been pretty good in the last 10 minutes. Ill-disciplined in the first 10. And again, a good touch finder.
Very good touch finder, but it is an easy out, like you say, Rhys. An easy out for an opposition. If you're ill-disciplined, pressure's on Edinburgh in that situation. And ill-discipline from Thunder just allows Edinburgh to clear their lines.
11 red.
Get further out of their half.
Hannah Lane is on wearing 23. Ellen Hing. The afternoon is done after 60 minutes. Good line out from Edinburgh. Straight through the middle though came Robin Davis and Natalia John. This next score, Siwan, is vital in this game.
Yeah, crucial. I think you know who scores next. That definitely has an advantage. Lots of space on the left here for Edinburgh.
Yeah, if they'd have looked up and kept that ball in hand, there was certainly space. Well, there we go. You make changes for a reason, but you've lost your big kicker in Hannah Ramsey, and that went straight over the touchline, giving possession and a bit of field position to Brython Thunder.
Yeah, it's important, isn't it, that players get exposure, but like you say, changes sometimes puts teams in that uncertainty, lack of clarity, but there's lots of space on this left-hand side, ample space. They looked up, I think there's only 2 Thunder defenders.
Clean ball for the Thunder in the line-out. There's replacement Hannah Black in midfield. Got to get knees to deck, she does that. Ball on a plate for Singleton. Marshall back inside to Webb. Building phases, something we haven't quite seen from the Thunder in the second half. Good carry by Isaac. That's Laurie Williams' replacement on there. Marshall. Another carry by Hannah Black. One of the 6 Hannahs playing today. Mentioned that in the first half. And that's a Chloe Gant with a carry. And she's stolen that. Edinburgh stolen and lost it. Yeah, gone forward. By who first? Oh, all right, okay. Maybe in the rip, in the tackle that he went forward from Edinburgh. So it will be Brython Thunder. Ball at scrum time.
That ball's got to be protected, hasn't it? A couple of times now this has happened. Rip, leaving that ball exposed. If you're carrying, ball in 2 hands, getting in a nice low position. You don't want to leave the ball up by your shoulder in an exposed position. For a bit of get out of jail there for Thunder. An opportunity now, great attacking opportunity.
Well, with the new laws where the 9 can go and the protection, for me, an 8, 9, move off the base of the scrum is always the way to go. Go blind. There's the pick. Create space immediately. Singleton.
Isaac's done well there, didn't she, to engage defender.
And still Brython Thunder ball. Deep in the Edinburgh 22. Messy the ball is at the moment though. Real scrap at the breakdown. It's a penalty advantage. There's a tackle there on the 9. And by 9 I just don't mean the player wearing 9. It's the position who wants to play the ball away. Decision to be made here. You can take it quickly, Singleton, and she does do that. Does she carry herself? Yes, she does. A few metres out, Brython Thunder looking for a 4th, a bonus point try. Knees are on the deck there again. They're about a metre short, but the arm is up. The try, touchdown style.
Jumped over the rock, Chloe Gant.
It is Chloe Gant. I wasn't sure who went over, but it is the Brython Thunder hooker that scores the 4th. Like I said, the bonus point try and puts the Thunder back ahead.
Well-deserved try by Thunder, going through the phases, but been applying pressure now for the last 10 minutes, and it's that girl again. Isaacs is in and amongst everything, gets them inches short, and then Gant, like you said, Reese, with the touchdown finish, the dive over the ruck to take the 5 points.
There's the finish. Can Hannah Marshall add the extras? You get a feeling every point is going to count today in this real arm wrestle. Momentum swinging match in the Celtic Challenge. Conversion on the way. Drifts. It's a 4-point game at the moment. Always handy, a 4-point lead. 4 tries against 3. Brython Thunder lead 26 points to 22. Less than 15 minutes left in this clash.
Yeah, on you.
Yeah, momentum's swinging back and forth in 10-minute blocks at the moment. It was all Edinburgh first 10 minutes of the second half. It's been all Thunder since then. Interesting to see what they do now from deep in their half, from the kickoff.
Well, do they want to play? That's the question. Just taking the lead back in this ding-dong affair. Again, a little bit high into contact. That's something they look to work on potentially. That's replacement Meg Lewis with the carry back in the pocket now. Off the side of the boot of Hannah Black. Bounce of the rugby ball goes in favour of the Thunder, but then stripped away in the tackle. There's Alex Stewart. You can feel the urgency coming back into this, and Edinburgh have numbers again on this side. Thunder have got to work hard to come round the corner now in defence. Elisa Brown, advantage is over from the knock-on, breaks the tackle. Decibel level behind us in the stand has gone up as well. Whoa. Solid contact. Natalia John read that one perfectly. He's taking a bang there though. They'll have to keep defending the Thunder. Not committing too many players to the contact area at Edinburgh. Marshall has read that, but she's taken that back into her own 22. She'll have to keep the ball alive. Oh, keeps it alive, but that's gone forward from Hannah Lane.
Knock on advantage.
Edinburgh now on the front foot. Strong carry by Natasha Logan. Got to keep their shape defensively, got to keep their discipline now. Well, they're, as I said, it not rolling away. Not sure how she could move swiftly. But Jones was penalised at the breakdown. It's a penalty advantage. If nothing comes of this, back Edinburgh will come. Behind the gain line at the moment, going forward, Alison Wilson. Yeah, Amber Stamp Dunstan, the referee, says you're not getting anywhere there.
Here, guy. Here. 6. Not rolling.
Game management.
No.
Punishing Thunder really at the moment.
Is there a decision to be made here? You know, it's a relatively straightforward chance for 3 points. They're 4 points behind. They've got a little bit of momentum. Do they want to keep that pressure on?
There is a decision to be made. It's a big decision, isn't it, Reece? Because you get into this position again and another opportunity at 3 points. You're ahead in this game, you know, and they've been going through the phases but haven't really been able to capitalise in this second half of the game. So here's an option, get the 3, we get back down here and we've got another chance at the sticks. But it looks like there's no tee on the field this time. And it looks like they're looking to go to touchline. I would be more leaning towards a scrum from that position.
It's a good kick into the corner from replacement Denholm, wearing 22. A genuine chance then for Edinburgh to retake the lead and to get a bonus point try.
9.
Last time Thunder in this position, maul defence was good. You see Stewart at +1 again, so they're going for the maul.
It's a good set. Caris Craig, the hooker. She broke off. Singleton read that very, very well.
Great work by Singleton.
Edinburgh have to throw bodies in there now to maintain possession. Brown with the carry. See the second rows come into this one. There's Ferry with 1 carry round the corner. Their pod system works very, very well. Never carrying single numbers, always someone on the shoulder. And there's replacement Chloe Brown, I think, again. Switching play now. Out the back door. Denholm. Hands needed in midfield. Scott with a last pass. And grounded by Amy Conchi. Well worked Edinburgh score. And they retake the lead with their 4th bonus point try.
Well deserved try by Edinburgh. Exploited the space exceptionally well. Forwards going through the work, carrying it up in the middle of the field. To then see out the back again to McRae, to Scott, and to the substitution, Conkey, for the finish in the corner. But the forwards had done the work first, gone through the phases, got over the gain line, got them not far away from that try line. To then the backs coming into their own and able to get the ball to the wide channel, and good execution. I'm sure Thunder will be frustrated because their game management, they had possession in their half but weren't able to play the territory game or manage that game and give possession back to Edinburgh. So we've got a 1 point game.
A 1 point game indeed. Brython Thunder 26, Edinburgh Rugby 27 into the last 10 minutes, well, or so. Our clock says 69 minutes. The stadium clock has been ticking for 33 minutes, so we're somewhere in the middle there. That's a hanging restart. Could have worked well, but Adele Ferry read that perfectly. Been impressed with both second rows for Edinburgh. Ferry and Logan. So it's four tries apiece now in this Celtic Challenge encounter. That's maybe what Brython Thunder should have been looking to do earlier on. Instead of playing too much rugby, boom, turn the opposition, put them under pressure.
100%. You know, I guess it's easy for us to talk about the game up here, but it is a game of territory and possession, isn't it? And playing out sometimes from deep in your half can be taxing, it's difficult, and I just felt like they were flip-flopping back and forth in the middle of the field, which is easy to defend, instead of just putting pressure on, spinning that ball down the field.
And there we have it. Edinburgh pinched that one. Just didn't work in that line out for the Thunder. Momentum now is swinging in favour of Edinburgh Rugby. Tegana Kuru with a carry out of the line. Come the Thunder defenders, but that is Hannah Walker, the dangerous Hannah Walker. This is the game for me right here. Edinburgh score again and they go home with 5 points. Big moment for Brython Thunder in the context of their season. They want to keep their hopes alive of a victory. They've got to keep Edinburgh out, but Edinburgh give them a hand with this forward pass.
Yeah, forward pass there, but you can see the confidence now in this Edinburgh side. The forwards are getting through some work, getting over the gain line. Maybe Thunder a little bit more passive with their defence. Maybe some tired bodies out there. We're seeing a couple of players down now on this Thunder side. But then Edinburgh managing to get the ball, move it to the edge, but that one was forward at the end, and maybe a get out of jail.
Yeah, I would hate for you to
Still plenty of time, 7 minutes, but it's playing in the right areas for those 7 minutes.
Sarah Singleton getting some treatment. That Natalia John down as well, I think.
They know you're injured.
Yeah, the skipper and the workhorse of a scrum half, Singleton.
I think they're all fit to continue. Well, Singleton, she hasn't had any treatment, but she will get some. Looked like a little hamstring tweak. Or what is it?
Okay.
The ankle. And she's got some strapping on anyway.
Forward first. They didn't go into touch.
If they lose Singleton, who will come in at 9? Can't see Niamh Terry on the bench is a 10, 15.
Yeah, Niamh Terry is a 10-15, but looking at the players that are available, I'd probably say it would be Niamh that would be the player that goes there. Hannah Black, Hannah Lane, both aren't 9s. So no scrum half replacement or out and out scrum half replacement for Thunder this afternoon.
And they're not where they want to be at the moment. It's their scrum, but they're 8 metres out from their own try line. Edinburgh will look to squeeze them in the scrum. No easy exits for the Thunder. They're going backwards at the moment. Singleton has to dig to get it out. Oh, the ball has been turned over against the head. And that's Gunderson crashing over for Edinburgh Rugby. Is that game set and match? Their 5th try of the afternoon. And they've just wrestled momentum back in this Celtic Challenge class, and they're further ahead at Parc y Scarlets.
It's a good scrum by Edinburgh, dominant, turned over the ball against the head. Their impact players in that front row, in that pack, have obviously had a positive impact. You can see Singleton digging, unable to get the hands on the ball. The Thunder players just coming up from that scrum, but maybe, you know, pressure's on there. Like I mentioned earlier, Isaacs is now packing down at 8. Isaacs isn't an 8, she's not used to being there. Does she need to have her hands, if that was an experienced 8, in the back of that scrum, getting that ball out as fast as he can? It's difficult, isn't it, with strength and depth, with some of the injuries and players playing in unfamiliar positions.
Conversion from McRae hits the upright. So it's a 6-point game here at Parc y Scarlets. Minutes remaining. Trying to listen in to Amber Stamp Dunstan. Just over 5 minutes, I think I just heard. So that clock on the big scoreboard has just been running from when they started. Just over 5 minutes. When we get the next stoppage, potentially, Siobhan, we'll discuss the Celtic Challenge Player of the Match.
Tough choices today, Reese. Lots of good performances out there.
No hands.
Doesn't have to come from winning teams. That's a misconception in rugby, I feel. Natalia John, pressure from the captain. Good reactive play by Scott, tidying things up for Edinburgh. The Thunder need a converted try to take the lead in this one. They simply have to play. Tromans, again a little bit high into contact, gets it to the deck. Singleton is struggling. She didn't get back to that base. Isaac. Is that 21? Is Niamh Terry on already? I think she is she?
Yeah, that's Niamh Terry. Good identification of space there, right option.
Good identification by me of a player there as well, I think. I didn't see her come on. It's a penalty. As Singleton. She's got strapping on her right ankle. I think she's struggling with a bit of cramp potentially. Well, options here. It's always a risk. Their line out hasn't really functioned since they've made so many changes in the pack. Do you tap and go, keep possession, Siobhan, or do you go for that corner or into the 22 somewhere?
It's really tough, isn't it? Because we were complimenting their set piece first half, especially that line out, probably the best line out we've seen from Thunder this season. 100% I think it was first half. But there were so many changes. I wouldn't go scrum after that last scrum, so I potentially look at the tap and apply the pressure, keep possession on. Keep pressure on, sorry.
What are you doing here?
3 minutes 30 left. I heard Sarah Singleton ask the question. Let's talk about player of the match then, Siobhan. Who are you going to pick and why?
It's a tough one. There's lots of players that have stood out for me this afternoon. From Edinburgh, Ferry's been outstanding in ball carrying. Stewart, we've seen do some great work. Ramsey when she was on the 10. Scott with that finish, but I'm going to go with the team that's behind at the moment. Who knows if they're behind at the end? But for me, Lucy Isaac has been exceptional all round the park this afternoon. From contact area to carrying to being involved in the line out, she's been exceptional all afternoon.
Well, there we have it. Player of the match in this Celtic Challenge clash is Lucy Isaac, and under the sticks, well goes Hannah Bluck, the replacement. Missed tackle in midfield. The try is vital, but the conversion is to go ahead, and the fact that the Thunder have scored under the sticks will be a massive bonus for Hannah Marshall.
Great finish, wasn't it? The impact player, Ashley Beck, spoke about it before the game. Great ball by Niamh Terry. Look at the line though from Hannah Bluck. That slight out to in, ball transfer into the left, the little fence. She's powerful, she's explosive. We know that. But now, I know it's in front of the sticks, but this is Troman's first kick at the goals.
I've just realised, of course, if Niamh Terry is on, Hannah Marshall is off. So Troman's first conversion attempt is to put them ahead with potentially 2 and a bit minutes remaining. Flags are up. The conversion is good. Well, from 1 point behind, they lead by 1 with minutes remaining. There will be time to restart. It's Brython Thunder 33, Edinburgh Rugby 32.
We're just seeing Sarah Singleton down again, but I believe Thunder have made all their changes.
Oh, that's not going to go the distance.
Captain, option.
Options here.
Are you?
Kick again or scrum?
They've gone for the scrum.
Gone for the scrum. They know that the pressure will come on from the Edinburgh 8. What you said, Sean, last time, you want Channel 1, which is quick ball, and the player you selected as player of the match, Lucy Isaac, wants to go and get this one from the hooker's foot.
Hopefully someone's... you can see Sarah Singleton getting in her ear there. Hopefully she's giving her some instruction there. You know, you feel for Isaacs in this position. It's not where she trains.
In the ball comes, Isaac digs it out. Singleton, Webb, try scorer, Bluck, still carrying. What a try this would be to finish our first victory of the season for Brython Thunder. What an impact by the replacement, Hannah Bluck. That's what you get having international quality on the bench. She scores a try under the sticks, then caps it all off with a great solo finish. What a score! A 6th try for Brython Thunder.
Great solo finish, like you said, but learned their lessons. That's probably the most pleasing thing from that Thunder side. Isaacs, ball in Channel 1, gets the ball out early to Singleton, to Webb, and then the powerful speedster, Blucky, with the fend, beating 2 defenders, and in at the corner. But it just shows as well, Reese, how important, I know it's international players on the bench, but bench players are just as important as starting players, because she's come on fresh for the last 20 minutes. Would she be having that impact at 60, 70 minutes into the game? So for players out there coming off the bench, you have just as big a role to play as if you're starting.
Well, slightly more difficult kick for Ellie Tromans. Can't turn that one in. But the final whistle does go at Parker Scarlets. What a dramatic climax. And you can see what it means to the Brython Thunder collective that are here today. Supporters, squad, staff members. That is their first victory of this Celtic challenge. They've had 2 tough trips in Ireland on the road, but to get a win at home, it feels good today. There's confirmation of the full time. Brython Thunder beating Edinburgh Rugby in a cracker in the Celtic Challenge. It finishes 38-32 to the home team. Siobhan, what a clash.
It was an outstanding clash, wasn't it? It was toe-to-toe from start to finish. First half, you score, I score. Second half, in similar fashion. And then we felt like maybe Thunder, who were ahead for most of that second half, maybe just let it slip. But to score 2 tries to finish off with the impact player, Hannah Bluck. But it was a team effort, you know, the set piece, the learnings on the job. Isaac's at the scrum. Everyone had a key part to play in it. And we know, you can see what it means to these girls. You can see them celebrating after the game, the hugs. It's been a tough 6 weeks prior to this game, but a deserved win after some tough time on the road. But you can see a huge amount of growth in this side, from set piece to the way they played in the dying moments of that game. I'm sure Ashley Beck and his management side squad will be really pleased with that victory this afternoon.
Well, what does this result do to the league table? 5-point bonus point victory for Brython Thunder. Edinburgh leave with 2 losing bonus points. And there we can see Brython Thunder up to 5th, Glasgow down to 6th. Edinburgh just get those extra 2 bonus points there. Not another win for them. They remain in 4th. Remember, 2 games tomorrow as well in the Celtic Challenge. There's confirmation of today's score, 38-32. 70 points in this Celtic Challenge clash. A cracker at Parker Scarlets. Well done to the Brython Thunder. Wolfhounds against the Gwalia Lightning tomorrow. 12:30 kickoff. And the Clovers welcoming Glasgow at 3:30. Next round of games, round 8, Glasgow against Edinburgh. That's a rescheduled game from round 2 That'll be at Scotstoun in an all-Scottish affair. Well, I'm going to leave Siobhan talk you through the highlights. I'm going to grab a winning coach and the player of the match.
Well, we've got lots of highlights to talk through this afternoon. We had a tri-fest here at Parc y Scarlett, and here we see some of the plays, some of the tries that led us to that big score in the end. Well, forwards getting through, some work here. Lucy Isaacs just getting short. I present back, and Chloe Gant, that second half, jumping over the contact area, over that ruck to seal those points. But the forwards, those important inches towards the try line, patience, composure, and then Gant spotting the space in and around that breakdown. And then Edinburgh hit back with great hands from the backs, and we see Scott deliver to Conkey that gets over in the corner. But before that, what we don't see is all the work the Edinburgh forwards did, getting over the gain line, getting to that position a few inches out from the try line, and then execution of the backs, accuracy of pass, accuracy to get the ball to space for the danger wingers on the edge to capitalise on those opportunities. And then maybe an error by Thunder. This was a Thunder scrum. Changes in personnel, dominant pack, dominant replacements from the Thunder, from the Edinburgh pack, and a good finish by Logan. But you see here, Singleton digging, not coming out. The Edinburgh pack keep the squeeze on, keep the pressure on, and great reaction. And ball carry to get over to take the points. And at this point, did we think that maybe Thunder had blown their lead? But a great line-out, probably the best line-out function we've seen this afternoon from this Thunder side. Good accuracies. Inching forward with the driving maul. And then Singleton pulling it out as it's going towards the touchline to Webb. Danai Mugabe with a short runner, just attracting defenders, but a solo try with Hannah Black with that explosion. Explosiveness through the tackle to finish under the sticks. And a pressure kick then from Ellie Tromans to go ahead by 1 point. But great ball by Niamh Terry. And just Hannah Black spotting the gap in defence, but the power to get through that gap and finish. And we see Tromans convert the points to go 1 point ahead. And we thought that might have been it, but scrum middle of the field. Look at this pass execution from Meg Webb, and a solo try again. Hannah Black with one fend, two fends, beating defenders. We know she's fast, we know she's powerful, and that's what you call an impact player. We see good learnings from the scrum before, like I spoke about. Isaacs getting the ball out early to Singleton. Meg Webb just committing defenders, just commits Brown slightly, but Black's got a lot of work to do. And then beating Scott. Outstanding. A little bit of footwork, a little bit of a fence, sit Scott up. And then over the try line she goes to secure the victory this afternoon at Parc y Scarlett. I think we have some reactions now from player of the match down with Reese.
Well, Lucy, player of the match, selected by Siobhan Lillycrap. Enjoyed that one out there. Great to get a first win of this campaign.
Yeah, it was so good. The girls worked so hard and through training, and it's finally showing how hard we're working, and it's paying off, and we're getting the result now. What a finish to that game, you know. Did you think you'd lost it when Gunderson went over there? Yeah, it's hard to think negative, but I feel like we really pulled through. We knew it was going to be a tough game, so our mindset was really focus on getting the points now, especially, and work hard to the last whistle.
And you shifted from open side to the number 8 position. What was that little transition like for you?
Yeah, it was a bit of a shock, but do you know what? I don't mind, but I'm definitely a flank.
Well, congratulations. Great performance personally, and great to get a victory. Go and enjoy it with the team. I'll bring Ashley in. Ashley, what does it mean to this squad? You saw with the celebrations there, you know, ecstatic to get that first win.
Yeah, you know, they've worked so hard. We've had a couple of tough results, a couple of close ones, and you know, as a coach, it's hard to keep giving them positive reinforcement when the results are not coming. So they've deserved that. They've worked so hard, and like throughout the game now, you've got Meg Lewis coming on as a tight edge just to throw in a line out for us. You've got Lucy jumping to number 8. So in terms of what the girls have gone through this week, to be able to get out there and put a performance in is outstanding.
Well, what have you gone through in 80 minutes there?
I was struggling with the last try went over. I started to think, you know what, it's not going to be our day. But in all fairness, Hannah Black's pulled out 2 magic moments there and shows why she's a Welsh international. And that's the benefit of some of these young girls having these players around them, just to see that ability when they can just turn it on. They can turn it on.
3 rounds remaining in this competition. I think you've got the Clovers and Glasgow home and away. Winning can make those last 3 rounds so much easier.
Yeah, and I think like you're going into a week off, what the girls deserve, a bit of time down to themselves, and it's looking forward to Clovers, you know, putting a better picture of ourselves out there than we did probably away from home. And then Glasgow, you know, we're both at the bottom of the table at the moment. It's something to play for, tough games, but if we can keep putting something like that out there, you know, we'll be a tough team to beat, and hopefully from the work these girls have put in, they deserve to go unbeaten for the last 4 rounds, but hopefully that's something we can keep pushing as a group.
Great, fantastic. Thanks for your time, and great to get a victory today.
Thank you, mate. Yeah, no, awesome. Thank you.
Well, there's confirmation that it was a victory for Brython Thunder. 38 points to 32 in the end against Edinburgh Rugby, but that's not the last weekend. Last game of the weekend. You got 2 tomorrow as well in the Celtic Challenge. Wolfhounds against Gwalia Lightning and the Clovers against Glasgow. But it's a Six Nations weekend. Everyone's freezing cold at Parc y Scarlets, warmed up by a little bit more rugby. We're off to watch the Guinness Six Nations. From everybody in the west of Wales, see you next time.